All right, Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect. And hey, man, I was watching the elder brother out there in Cali. All right, his page is GMS. Behold, I come quickly. And it's this video. We're getting what we asked for: famine of the word and banning of the Bible. And hey, just a lot of lessons came to mind as I was watching the brother, one of which is this one, which Lord willing through the Spirit, I want to name it Thanksgiving. Get it while it's hot. Okay? Thanksgiving, get it while it's hot. And I remember me and a brother Napash, we had did a video, I believe last year around the time of so-called Thanksgiving. All right, going into what the word get it while it's hot. I mean, going into get it while it's hot, this word. All right, and hey, that's the spirit. We thought there would be a famine of the word by this time last year. But hey, by this time next year, this word could be no more. Which through the spirit it very well may be. All right, and then this brother was going into the RT video. All right, in which the elder over there in the main camp, I forgot the elder's name, but his page is GMS Rebuke the Tempter 2. All right, and I'm gonna play the video. We're gonna get into it.
Effectively banned at the sole discretion of YouTube, which of course is owned by Google. A new terms of service was sent out by the YouTubers beware. Beginning December 10th, your channel could be removed, access revoked, and effectively banned at the sole discretion of YouTube, which of course is owned by Google. A new terms of service was sent out by the video platform just a few days ago, and in it, there's a line that reads, YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. Ominous words there. So for more on this, let's turn to investigative journalist Ben Swann. Okay, Ben, so that sounds kind of sketchy to me.
It's very sketchy.
YouTube gets to be the sole decision maker, or in the words of George W. Bush, the decider,
right,
on whether or not someone's channel can stay up.
Sure.
But
which they've always been.
How do they define, though, commercially viable?
Well, that's what's interesting about this. The terms of service, and by the way, YouTube had sent out an email to content creators previous to this that kind of laid out some of the new terms of service. This was interestingly omitted from that email. It was not included in there. And so now that it's been spotted, it's getting a lot of attention, and YouTube's like, it's not a big deal. It's a very big deal. And the reason it's a big deal is because essentially what YouTube is saying is that if your channel does not make money, we can take it down because we can't advertise on it. Okay, that's the first issue. But the second issue is, and this is what no one else is talking about, is that YouTube has been on a mission essentially for the last couple of years of demonetizing channels, right? Mm-hmm. They don't outright ban channels, but they demonetize them, essentially saying that the content on your channel is not suitable for advertisers. Well, when you start getting those little flags on your channel.
Right, so he said a handful right there. All right, first he was saying how basically YouTube has the right to See, he said so much I can't even remember what he said. Let me back up real quick.
Is that YouTube channel does not make money. We can spotted, it's getting a lot of attention, and YouTube's like, it's not a big deal. It's a
Flocky.
All or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. Ominous words there. So for more on this, let's turn to investigative journalist Ben Swann. Okay, Ben, so that sounds kind of sketchy to me.
It's very sketchy.
YouTube gets to be the sole decision maker, or in the words of George W. Bush, the decider,
right,
on whether or not someone's channel can stay up.
Sure.
But
which they've always been.
How do they define, though, commercially viable?
Well, that's what's interesting about this. The terms of service, and by the way, YouTube had sent out an email to content creators previous to this that kind of laid out some of the new terms of service. This was interestingly omitted from that email. It was not included in there. And so now that it's been spotted, it's getting a lot of attention, and YouTube's like, it's not a big deal. It's a very big deal. And the reason it's a big deal is because essentially what YouTube is saying is that if your channel does not make money, we can take it down because we can't advertise on it. Okay, that's
right. So Esau is literally telling you, he's telling you out of his own mouth, all right, as he just said, the guy up here just said, YouTube is saying that if we can't use you for our profit, we don't want you. Now we know this world, like the brother had went into, even the elders, the brother Mike Allah went into in his video. In this world, everything is rooted in wickedness. They profit off of wickedness, man. All right. So they cannot use righteousness. All right, righteousness. Like they say, what profit? Let me see. All right, that goes into Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. All right, which we know this is nothing new under the sun. All right, when you go into the book of First Maccabees, all right, you had a number of inquisitions against the Jews, like the Spanish Inquisition. The brother Rob Mayem, he went into there was a Portuguese Inquisition. All right, which an Inquisition is basically an uprising against all those that don't believe in the how can I put this? It was an uprising against all those that didn't believe in their doctrine. All right, just as today. So with this YouTube basically demonetizing or taking down brothers' accounts and videos, is basically because we don't believe in their doctrine, man. All right, we don't believe this place is right, man. We don't believe a woman should have rights. We don't believe homosexuals should be able to get married. We don't believe homosexuals should be able to walk around freely, man. They should be put to death. All right, we don't believe in this society and how it's ran, and therefore, because we don't believe in Esau's life, all right, he hates us for it. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous." And this is literally what Esau is doing, lying in wait for the righteous. All right, because he is not for our turn. He is not with our wickedness. And he is clean contrary to our doings. All right, so we are wholly against Esau's doings. All right, he upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the children of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. All right. So we're literally made to reprove Esau's thoughts, man, and the thoughts of this wicked ass society, man. Therefore, what? We are not for Esau's gain. We are not profitable unto him. All right. And this goes to show you, if Esau can't use you, he don't need you. All right. If he can't use you, then you're a threat. Got to be taken out of the way. All right. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. All right, going into how basically like even a brother had went into, man, the transgressions of their education, man. Giving people the real understanding of the Bible, man. Breaking down all these false religions. All right. What else? Going into slavery. All right, going into the way they everything, man. Just going into everything wicked in this society in itself, man. Going into the herbs, and teaching brothers how to heal themselves, with just taking money out of their pocket, going into the real history, you know, which is waking people up to all the lies of this place and making them not want to go to school, man, taking money more out of their pockets, man. All right. He professeth to have the knowledge of God, and he calleth himself the child of God. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold. And this is why, all right, Esau, I'm gonna play some more, all right, but this is why Esau, you know, he puts our videos to the back burner, man. You know, like when you put in GMS on YouTube, you gotta really get specific, man. You know, if you put in a certain video, it's like they give you all this folly, and he might give you 1 or 2 great millstone videos, all right? But a lot of times you really gotta look through it just to find a video, man. All right, this is no coincidence, all right?
This is the first issue. But the second issue is, and this is what no one else is talking about, is that YouTube has been on a mission essentially for the last couple of years of demonetizing channels, right? They don't outright ban channels, but they demonetize them, essentially saying that the content on your channel is not suitable for advertisers. Well, when you start getting those little flags on your channel that essentially say that your content, and by the way, my channel constantly gets these, that your content is not suitable for advertisers, not because it's violent, not because it's hateful, but because you talk about things that maybe their mainstream advertisers, like pharmaceutical companies, might not like. Now you're not suitable for advertisers. Well, now they...
See, he just said it. That's the scripture. Because, Salakia, I'm going to read it again. Because he is not for, Salakia, Wisdom of Solomon 2:12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous. Not saying this guy is the righteous, all right? But he speaks against the BS of this society, all right? Even Trump, he called, like, you know, these alternative news medias, all right, where you would normally get the scoop on what's going on around the world, the real news. He calls it what? Fake news. Meanwhile, CNN is supposed to be real news. All right? Because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objective to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. Okay?
They've taken it a step further to say, and this is the way I'm reading this, if your channel is not suitable for advertisers, then we can take it down.
We're just going to
delete it completely.
So, like you said, they're saying, oh, it's not a big change. A YouTube spokesperson claims essentially that they're just making these tweaks to the TOS. They're not changing the way the platform works or how they collect data or changing any settings. But this broad language, you know, provides an opportunity, Ben, for them to clamp down on free speech, doesn't it?
Well, it absolutely does. And they're right when they say we're not changing any, you know, access to the site. We're not really changing any of the rules. It basically operates the way it always has. But what they are changing is the expectation. And here's the expectation. When YouTube came along years ago, over a dozen years ago, the early adopters of YouTube were people who would go on there and say, look, I can't create content in order to, you know, put this on broadcast television. That's why it was called YouTube. Right? The whole idea was you can create a channel and you can create content.
Everybody
it can be funny, silly, serious, whatever it is. And you can make these channels. What's interesting is since Google has bought it and the kind of the process Google has been in now for some time, not only do they significantly restrict channels, but they also have terms of service that make it increasingly difficult for content creators to create anything at all. So you have these certain channels, right? If you have over 100,000 subscribers to your channel, you can go to YouTube's studios and you can shoot your shows or your podcasts from their studios. But a lot of these new content creators don't have the ability to grow channels the way that they used to. And so the whole thing is gamed specifically for larger channels with large followings who create the kind of content that YouTube likes. They like gaming content. They like makeup tutorials. They like, you know, like fun, silly stuff. Anything serious, anything newsworthy, anything that challenges the status quo, YouTube wants it gone.
They like that little boy that...
There you go. There you go. He said it out of his mouth, man. Anything that challenges Esau's education, all right, the way Esau pushes things, he out of there, man. You know? And this is why Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to destroy this place, man. All right. This is why Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai is going to destroy Babylon, man. You know, but it's cool, man. The scriptures speak about, you know, Esau, you know, a famine of the word. All right. The scriptures also speak about in Second Esdras how Second Esdras chapter 16 verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon all those that fear the Lord. You know, and a great insurrection comes, as we see, it's starting now, man. Because here it is, Esau is taking away, you know, our, you know, communication with the world, so to speak. Which, when I say with the world, meaning with the world of Israel. All right, he's taking away our communication and literally, and really our way of standing up for ourselves. So now, when he takes us out of the picture, all right, now he can do whatever he wants, man. You know, he could literally do whatever he wants, man. You know, say for example, one brother, you know, Esau, you know, raised one brother's house. He'll do a video on it and warn the elect. You know, but without that communication, Esau can just come and do whatever he wants, man. And he wants that. Which through the Spirit also is what we know. All right, once a famine of the word come, expect Esau to come down and get physical, man. All right, and we in that time as well, man. As the Apostle Tahar, he did the video of how the Edomite police, well, I'm guessing it's the Edomite police, you know, I'm pretty sure it was, you know, about the title of the video, about how the Edomite police, he, you know, he tased a guy with a baby in his hand. All right, so how much more those, all right, that's wholeheartedly and clearly shows their hate for this place, man, i.e. being us. All right, so Esau, going back into that video, he's not, it's coming to a time where he's not gonna strike your video to where, you know, you might have to take a week off, but after that week is off, you could still go back and cursing him out. He's just going to take your whole platform down, man. All right, you know, but the scriptures say the truth shall be evil spoken of, man. The scriptures say, you know, that's why Yahweh Shai, he was even warning us, man, to get this truth now. All right, he's basically even warning us, man, because everything Yahweh Shai did was a lesson for us, even in this very day. This is St. John chapter 9 verse 4. He says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. All right, there's no coincidence that I believe the beginning of this year, I believe maybe even last year, that the Apostle Tahar pushed brothers, you know, to do more videos, man. There's no coincidence that we are doing more videos. Why? Because the Spirit is amping up. All right, because we almost out of here, man. You know, and always at the end of a job, you know, you move faster to get the job done. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. All right. What is the daytime mean? The daytime is when the brighter light is out. All right, like when it says in Genesis. Salaki, I'm gonna just grab it. All right, Genesis chapter 1 verse 16. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. All right, so here it is, this greater light, which is this truth, is out there. All right, to where everything is being exposed, the elect is waking up. All right, that's what the Lord says. All right, when he says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. All right, why it's time? Because the scriptures even say in Ecclesiastes the 3rd chapter, there's a time and a season under the sun. All right, a time to build, which we're in that time of building ourselves up, as well as building the elect up. All right, and it's a time to destroy. All right, the Lord even told us in Jeremiah the 16th chapter, I have sent thee out as fishermen. All right, and behold, thou shalt fish them, and then the Most High is going to turn us into hunters, man. All right, it says a night cometh when no man can work. All right, so it's going to come a time to where the Lord is not going to be speaking no more through his prophets. All right, he's going to be bringing vast judgment, man. You know, so it's important for us to get it while it's hot, man. Thanksgiving, get it while it's hot. All right, you know, as much as you can, man. Get it while it's hot. You know, and pray. It just came to me too, man. Pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, that he puts you, that he prepares you for that day. All right. Pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he prepares you for that day. And daily ask the Lord to you know, allow your faith to flourish, man. You know, in this word. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time and the strength of thy salvation. All right. So that was it, man. You know. Hey, man, as the scripture goes, man. You know, putting out off the Lord from day to day. All right, the works is out there. All right. You know, so get it while you can. You know, so with that, Lord willing, you will edified. Shalom to the elect.